How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. Bit of mystery beer time, courtesy of Tyler. Thank you very much, homie. Sent me off a big box of New England, and there was a bunch of mystery beers in there, as every beer mail should be. Whether you are a YouTube's guy, or just, a trader, do the mystery beer thing. Have fun with it, because you don't know what you're drinking. That's a great thing. And I know a lot of you people out there, out there, on the old trading world, do a lot of like extras. You throw extras in, wrap up that extra, and see what happens, because it's pretty damn fun. What does this look like? 2 fingers, infinite creaminess, rich, kind of old school, eking towards new school. What I mean, old school, like old school, new school, eking toward new school. Double IPA, rich orange core, very orange, but it's not super hazy. You can definitely kind of see my finger getting through there. It's got a nice creamy top with a little bit of kind of straggler bubbles going on. But yeah, she looks the part of like kind of like a second fiddle. Let's put it that way, kind of beer. Sip of sunshine, second fiddle, that kind of thing going on. Let's get a nose. Is my nose broken? Not really getting much of anything here. If anything, I'm getting like almost like a confectionery pancakey maple sweetness from this. I mean, that could be something, but there's really a very minimal impact to this beer. You look at that beer and you look at the way the haze comes off, and you look at the way the head is, I kind of assume it's going to be your double IPA, something along those lines. Really not getting much of that at all. If anything, on the nose, there's like a soft, like slight brown sugar maple syrup kind of confectionery sweetness thing going on in there. It's kind of interesting. So yeah, threw me for a loop. All your assumptions out the door. She smells interesting. Let's put it that way. Let's dive in. Cheers. What the hell is that? Well, here's the deal. Tyler sent off quite a few beers. Some mystery, some not. If this is not a Lawson's beer, I'm going to be fucking blown away. Because he sent a couple Lawsons, so you're like, okay, he has access to those kind of things. But it just tastes of that maple that you get typically from a lot of Lawson's beer. So there's really not, outside of like a tannic tea-like soft bittering that's very herbal, there's not much as far as hop presence. It drinks relatively thin. There's a definite maple component to it. And there's a maltiness, but it's not over the top, so there's a very soft, watered-down kind of caramel. Big, not huge maple component, but for the beer and what's being expressed, it's the largest portion of the beer. So that's the biggest portion of the beer, the maple component. And you got that soft little bittering going on. It's semi-reminiscent of the maple nipple, but there's something more sessionable about it. Something a little bit lighter to it. Yeah, if this is not a Lawson's beer, I'm going to be blown away. Just because it tastes like, Sean's kind of fuckduckery and what he does up there and Lawson's and stuff like that. Plus it has fucking maple in it. And kind of have a softer kind of malt forward beer. You kind of, from up that way, you assume it's up that way because that's where Tyler's from. I just automatically default to Lawson's. But yeah, I have no idea what kind of style beer this would be. I'm going to go generic maple amber ale, which I think is what they call maple nipple. Maybe they call that a red ale. That's pretty much it. Here's the key. The ABV. Where are we at ABV? That's where I don't want to really hang my hat on, because it's kind of style. It's not a lager. It's pretty light. So it's just, I think it's just generic ale. I want to nail the ABV on this. 4.3%. Let's go there. 4.3% maple. Not red ale, brown ale. Yeah, something. Not even brown ale. Even like definitely not a brown ale. Definitely not a red ale. Amber ale. That's what I said earlier. So that's what I said it would be. So let's see what's going on. Probably going to be something. Watch it be like Fox Farm or some shit like that, because they get all weird about that with some of their stuff. It's a KCBC beer. How about that shit? Oh, okay. It is a lager. I was like totally dead set on this not being a lager. This is a Hot Moon. It's a collab, Jack's Abbey in KCBC, and it is Hot Moon. It's a 5.1%, so went a little bit low, and it's a Marzen brewed during the full moon. So you're telling me this is a base Marzen with no maple syrup in it? I have a fucking, I call them poopy pants on you. I think you're lying, because that tastes like there's maple syrup in there, man. You're telling me there's no maple syrup in there? It gives me this maple syrup thing so much. That's crazy. That's a fun beer. I didn't talk about with that whether I like it or not. I like it. I dig it. 5.1%. It's a little bit higher in ABV than I would like it to be. 5.1% is not high in ABV, but how it drinks, I want it in that lower, mid to low fours because it's so light. This is a fun beer, though. I do dig it quite a bit. It screamed Lawson's to me. Absolutely screamed Lawson's to me. Yeah, totally whiffed on that completely. I called an ale. Definitely not a lager. I called maple syrup in there. Definitely no maple syrup. ABV was 6.6% off on a 5.1% beer. That's pretty off. This is probably as far off on a beer I've ever been on a mystery beer, and it fucking makes me super fucking happy because that's fun. Just the fact that I got like a maple syrup component off this with it not being there. Like I said, I almost want to call them liars for how little the maple syrup, how much maple syrup is in there, and how none there is in there. Is that words? Did I just go Yoda? Anyway, but yeah, that's a fun beer. I like this. I could drink like 37 of these, man. These are kind of these are like autumn chuggers, though. That's the weird part about it. What's the date on this? I'm very curious about this. Okay, 3/20/19. A very odd time to make this beer. I mean, they call it the Hot Moon. It's almost like a wet hopped beer, but not really. This is more like a very kind of fall vibe-ish beer to me. Yeah, I like that. This is a fun beer. Just drop some in my arm there. So there you go. I mean, yeah, that's about as far off as I'll ever get in a mystery beer, I think. And I'm totally okay with it because, what you taste is what you taste. And that's the whole fun part about mystery beers. Anyway, let's talk about it. Is it one of the better... Did they even give it like unfiltered 1 pint of lager? It's a Mond beer. I guess that's what they're calling it, or a Marzen brewed during the full moon. So is it one of the better Marzens I've had as of late? Sure. I mean, I could see it actually being a Marzen. If you're gonna kind of pigeonhole it into a style, it kind of makes sense now reading it. But it's fun. It's interesting. The fact that I didn't nail it makes it even that much more sexier for me. Value and availability, I don't know. I mean, KCBC. Their prices can be more Brooklyn leaning because of where they're located, but Jack's Abbey, their prices are usually killer. So who knows what the price is, and also who knows what distro is? Maybe Tyler, maybe somebody out there and about. So let me know, and I'll leave you with if you like you like this beer. If you like Marzens and you want a little bit of maple in your life, because I swear to God, there's maple vibes out of this. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing, massivebeers@gmail.com. If you want to send me mystery beers, you can reach out. It's the only way I can do them. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice little Marzen right now, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.